This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Well, hello. It is the After Party live on a Trivia Thursday. I have some good questions. I also put a couple kid questions in today because I know Mama, two boys, was thinking that her son wanted to play along. So I have a couple fun questions for kids as well. But there's some really good tech questions and also just some random stuff that I can't wait to see your funny answers to. Okay, a couple of happy birthdays. First of all, Elise, it's Elise's birthday and it's Julie C's birthday. And happy birthday to both of you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And I do have a song for you.
You requested a happy birthday song, so I'm gonna give you one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthdays to you.
Yay, happy birthday, Elise. Happy birthday, Julie. It was Trevor Starr's birthday yesterday. We've had a lot of Jake singing happy birthday on the show lately. Overnight, Julia flew to Germany, well, first to Amsterdam, where she spent her first euros on chicken nuggets at a Burger King in the Amsterdam airport. What? And then flew on to Frankfurt, where after more than 10 hours of flying, they're now engaged in orchestra practice, a bunch of exhausted kids. But she's there safely, and I'll give you a little trip updates as we wind our way through the next 11 days. Kind of exciting, her first trip to Europe. I didn't get to Europe until much later in life, so I'm really excited that she has this opportunity. Okay, there's a lot to talk about today. Let's go into the chat before we move forward. Oh, okay, platypus is not a mammal. Got it, right? Yeah, I love this community, so I'm really glad that you guys are all here. Okay, let's move into some of these stories we have. The first one is a story about an upgraded warning. Oh no! NASA says there's a better chance that the asteroid will nail the moon. Unfortunately, they're upgrading the possibility that an asteroid 200 feet in diameter is just slightly now more likely to slam into the moon. NASA's Center for Near-Earth Orbit Studies at the Jet Propulsion Lab has now changed the expected course for asteroid 2024 YR4. It now has an increased probability, 4.3% increase, of hitting the moon December 22nd of 2032. So we have a ways to, go. The original probability of this happening was 3.8%. Now we're up to 4.3%. So we'll watch the upgrades on this one. The asteroid is too far away right now to be detected with ground telescopes, but it was captured by the James Webb telescope orbiting the sun, the James Webb orbiting the sun, and they got a look at it, and because it was obscured from view before this, and that was the opportunity for scientists to check it out that led to the increased possibility. We probably won't be able to see this asteroid again until it comes back around the sun in 2028. There's a research paper that was submitted to the American Astronomical Society journals and published Monday that if this asteroid hits the moon, it would cause a crater as large around as 3,200 feet, and it would release 6.5 megatons of energy. As much as 220 million pounds of lunar material could be released by such an impact, and as much as 10% of that ejecta, is what they call it, could fall to Earth a few days later. So meteorites are unlikely, but not impossible. It would create an eye-catching meteor shower, is what they say. The moon bits that do come toward Earth could increase the meteoroid impact exposure faced by satellites up there as well. So not good there, not a good scene there. But at this point, it's all what if and conjecture because the chance is only 4.3% now, right now. We'll see what it is in the future because we're talking about something that could happen in 2032, but still worth knowing, right? That's right. Oh no, this little guy was found in Texas. Look at this spider monkey. He's wearing a diaper, found wandering through an area in Texas, San Antonio area. And that was quite a sight. It's a baby spider monkey that was zooming through a San Antonio neighborhood. They think the spider monkey is about 6 months old. It was reported running through Northwest Crossing in San Antonio on Tuesday. So police get out there and they find this baby monkey sitting in the street wearing a diaper that looks like it'd been on him for a while. They were able to safely capture this little critter, and they're now working to give it specialized care. The owner of this monkey was identified and also cited for having a prohibited animal in the city, allowing an animal to wander freely, failing to produce evidence of the animal having a rabies vaccine, and failing to have this animal microchipped. So one after the other, but you cannot have a spider monkey in Texas, apparently. Spider monkeys native to southern Mexico, Central and South America are considered exotic animals. They are not allowed as pets in this San Antonio region. So busted. And now this little guy is getting the care that he needs. That's scary. We don't know for sure whether or not King Midas has been found, but archaeologists have a pretty good guess that, yep, they think so. There was a tomb that was found in this they think is this royal tomb, right? The tomb was found at the site of Gordian. It's about 60 miles southwest of Ankara, Turkey. And the analysis, and this grave was initially found in 1957. So we've known that it has been there for a long time. There are at least 2 men in historical records with the name Midas, and they oversaw this Phrygian kingdom during the first millennium BCE. The grave found in 1957 was dated to about 740 BCE, and it held the remains of a man believed to be the father of the first King Midas. And for years, they've been doing excavations at this site of this tomb. They found the oldest known standing wooden building, the earliest colored stone mosaics. They even found this, what you're looking at now. It's a gilded ivory Sphinx royal statue. This is so old. But they've collaborated with the Turkish government and found another stunningly preserved royal tomb chamber dating back to about 750 BCE. And much like the one uncovered about 70 years ago, this one may have ties to King Midas himself. It also could teach us about their burial practices way back when. So the area was discovered surrounding the Gordian Citadel by using remote sensing magnetic prospection equipment. Then the archaeologists spent about 4 months excavating a massive 21-foot tall by 196-foot wide wooden burial chamber. It's called, they've named it Tumulus T26. They say it's impressively well preserved for thousands of years, despite a collapsed roof. It shows no signs of grave robbing. Kind of hard to find this one. Inside, a bunch of relics associated with royal banquets, bronze cauldrons, jugs, bowls, iron tools, the items frequently used to serve food and wine during funeral feasts. A lot of these vessels still have traces of adhering textiles and flourishes associated with crafting back in the day. Here's all the tools that they found in there. Pretty cool. And so they also say they found interred remains. Instead of skeletal fragments, though, they found evidence of cremation. They didn't think this kind of thing happened until 100 years later. But the excavation of this tomb has now brought a bunch of information about the lives of Gordian's rulers and the people around them. They say they know cremation among the elite was practiced over a century earlier than we thought it was, and the traces of textiles on the vessels there, the cooking ware, provide evidence of one of their most important industries too. Now, did this tomb belong to King Midas himself? Unclear. Without the solid gold tomb, they say, its dating and proximity at the very least, right next to the father of King Midas, strongly suggests a direct link to his dynasty. So it's possible they found King Midas's tomb. More information needed. Speaking of travel and airports, who knew that so many people would jump in when they were needed so desperately? You'd think most of the time at the airport, if you lose something, people shrug their shoulders and point you to the lost and found, and that's about it. In this case, there was a woman that reached in to get her suitcase and pulled her hand back out and realized later that the diamond from her ring fell off. It happened on Friday the 13th, so pretty recently at the Pittsburgh International Airport. And the folks from the maintenance department spent hours searching for this woman's diamond. And eventually they found it, this diamond that had dropped onto the baggage carousel. This woman returned to Pittsburgh from a business trip to Los Angeles Friday the 13th and discovered, her diamond missing. She said, as I went to retrieve my bag from the carousel, my hand got stuck between the suitcase and the edge of the carousel, and it pinched my hand, so I pulled my hand back really quickly, she said. And then she had realized on her drive home that the diamond was missing from her engagement ring that her husband gave her in 1992. So she whips back over to the airport and she starts searching for this diamond. And then soon she's joined by one of the station's engineers, and then an electrician comes out to help. And then 2 other members of the airport staff come out to help. They're so nice in Pittsburgh. Eventually she leaves empty-handed, but after an hour and a half, the employees, they removed the panels from this thing. I mean, they went all out to find this woman's diamond. About 4 hours later, she gets a call. They found the diamond. And they did it in a creative way. They taped 2 paint sticks together and they scraped dirt from underneath the carousel. And that is how they found it. So she rushes back to the airport. She gets her diamond back and she says, it restored my faith in humanity, honestly. She said, these men didn't know me at all. They knew nothing about how long I've been married. They knew nothing about my husband or the stone or the sentimental value or the economic value, but it didn't matter. They were just committed to doing the right thing. Not the first time they've done this at Pittsburgh Airport. Not that you want to lose something, but I guess if you have to, this is the place where they really step up to help you find it. There was another woman who realized that the diamond from her ring was missing, and this was a ring given to her by her 99-year-old grandmother. The staff there went above and beyond to find it, and a customer service worker found it on the floor of a bathroom and returned it to her. So they're nice at the Pittsburgh airport. We like that. Honda has successfully shot off a rocket into space. You know, you can drive your Honda Accord, get your Honda rocket. Honda says the launch of its first reusable rocket is successful. It's a key milestone for them in their build out of the Honda Space Wing, which they're trying to get up and running by 2029. Honda says the test was completed successfully the first time Honda lands a rocket after reaching an altitude of nearly 300 meters. Honda is Japan's biggest car maker, and the announcement came as a bit of a surprise. The R&D people at Honda says the prototype reusable device is a little more than 20 feet tall, launched and hit an altitude of 889 feet during a test flight lasting less than a minute, and then safely landed on the ground a little more than a foot from its targeted landing spot at the Honda test site in northern Japan, in Hokkaido. And that's where they've been testing their rocket engine combustion and hovering tests and doing all of these things. They're pretty proud of it. It is a new development putting Honda in line with these other companies like SpaceX and being private companies that are developing these reusable rockets. Japan also has a company called Space One, where they're working on the same thing, trying to be the first private company in Japan to put satellites into orbit. Honda says the demand for satellite launch rockets is expected to increase in the coming years as expectations grow for a data system in outer space. The folks at Honda are working with the Japan Space Agency. It's called JAXA, JAXA. And they are trying to become a key force in this whole getting satellites up to orbit after they had a successful liftoff as well. So they're admitting at Honda, though, that all this rocket research is still in the fundamental research phase, and they haven't made any decisions yet regarding the commercialization of rocket technologies, but they're still going to do the fundamental research and try to get their capability to enable a suborbital launch by 2029. They are the second Japanese car maker venture into space. Japanese-based Interstellar Technologies working on that as well. So go Honda, get it up. That didn't sound good. There's an issue with bright headlights. Did you notice they're getting brighter and brighter and brighter? It seems like it. Apparently, you're not wrong if you thought that headlights were getting brighter. There's a reason for this. The brightness measured, and it looks like headlights are now at least 4 times brighter. Yeah. There are 3 factors that have increased the headlight brightness from oncoming vehicles. The older model vehicles used halogen bulbs. That's about 1,000 lumens, which is a measurement of visible light. But then in the mid-2000s, car manufacturers shifted to LED technology, better road visibility. The LED bulbs installed at the factory shine roughly 4 times brighter, about 4,000 lumens. Aftermarket LEDs that people get on Amazon and places like that, 10,000 lumens. And this new technology aggravates our eyes a lot more because they're not warm light. They're this whitish bluish light, which can be really uncomfortable to look at. And the brighter bluer lights are starting to hit drivers directly at eye level because, along with the brightness of headlights, the height of cars has increased in America because more people are preferring larger SUVs and trucks. So we've got brighter lights that are shining at people higher than they used to be, and it's leaving a lot of drivers, seeing stars because the lights are so bright oncoming. Some people are getting blinded. Others say it's a distraction and it's dangerous. Some states are prohibiting aftermarket headlights, changing the original design and performance of the car. But police don't really issue a lot of tickets for that, even if the laws have been changed. They say, really, people aren't supposed to modify their headlights like that. There are some states trying to address the road glare by capping the legal limit for headlight brightness. Texas did that. They tried to do it in Rhode Island, but it didn't work out. And there's a group called the Soft Lights Foundation. They're collecting signatures for an effort to urge federal regulators to take this seriously and regulate the lumens on LEDs. Even the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is entertaining possible solutions to this. There's a technology that they're using in Europe. It's called adaptive driving beams. And the technology relies on sensors that detect oncoming cars and automatically lower the amount of light or shift the light downward when there's an oncoming car approaching. That's cool. Some have shutters, so they automatically divert the light away from the oncoming traffic. That's pretty cool. Sometimes I just don't move quickly enough to get that bright off before I'm unfortunately thinking that it affected the oncoming driver. So it would be really cool to have that done automatically. Yeah. And humans are tempted to look at bright things, like that's where our eyes are just drawn. They say the best thing you can do when bright lights are coming your way is divert your eyes away from the light, which will help with the glare. You're not wrong. The headlights are getting brighter. Yep. They had this incident happen on a roadway in Indianapolis. Some weather brought this giant dome in, dumped it right on the roadway. If you're listening instead of watching, this is a massive, looks like a metal circular object that is sitting on half on the sidewalk and half on the street. They say severe weather swept through Indianapolis and left this mysterious dome-shaped object on the roadway at 19th Street and North Pasadena Street. Again, that's after a storm swept through the area. So afterward, there's a bunch of people surrounding this dome thinking, what the hell's this? Some neighbors thought it could be a radome, which is a structure designed to protect satellite antenna. The object, though, appears to be a radome from the business, a nearby business at V2X Technology. The officials there were at a loss to explain how the weather managed to pick this dome up and carry it all the way to a road nearby. It was removed last night, but what a sight it it made in that neighborhood. Weird. Pretty powerful storm too. We were just talking about the Honda rocket, and I know we showed this video on the Mark Thompson show, but I had it to show you as well. The explosion from the SpaceX rocket yesterday that Elon Musk said, oh, don't worry, just a scratch. They've had a lot of issues with exploding rockets lately at SpaceX. So let me show this to you. Yeah. Speaking of our eyes being drawn to bright light, that's quite the blast. Yeah. Unfortunately, this Starship didn't make it. It was called Starship 36, and it was preparing for its 10th test flight when, unfortunately, it burst into flames. Yeah. It was at the southern tip of Texas when this happened last night. During takeoff procedures, the rocket just exploded into this giant fireball, the company calling it a major anomaly. Doesn't seem like that much of an anomaly because this is not the first time this has happened with a SpaceX rocket. But the company says at least there was a clear safety area around the site, so all personnel were safe and everyone's accounted for. There are no hazards, they say, to residents and surrounding communities, but they're asking people not to approach the area for a while because they're still in cleanup and figure out what the hell happened mode. There was an explosion last month where a Starship test flight started spinning out of control 30 minutes after it launched because of fuel leaks and broke up onto on re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere. So, yeah, not the first time that has happened, unfortunately for SpaceX. Lotto of the day, let's get to it. This story involves brothers. One lucky brother touches off luck to another brother. Happened in Arkansas, where a man said his brother's recent lottery luck and a chance encounter with his favorite color led to him buying this winning scratch-off ticket that was worth $350,000. This man said he stopped for gas at a Walmart supercenter. Inspired by his brother's recent large lottery prize, he decided to buy his own ticket. He said, I don't even really play that often. I was just thinking, maybe it's my time. So he selects this 350 cash payout, $20 scratch off ticket because it was blue, which is his favorite color. He scratches off the ticket while he's still in the store and uncovers this prize, $350,000. He said, no way. I'm glad I picked the right one. So he's going to use some of his winnings to buy a parcel of land and raise animals. Now his dad, inspired by the luck of both of his sons, is trying to win the lottery, chasing a lottery win. We'll see. Maybe it's just a lucky family. Who knows? I'm getting late in the game, so let's move to show and tell. I got this email from Heather, and I hope this video works. The message she sent me, let me take this off. Sorry, I know we all want to win the lottery, but it's only in the cards for certain people. She sent me this message saying if I end up doing a show and tell segment today, she wanted to know if I would share this video of kittens that they've been fostering. She said she and her fiance have been trying to find them a forever home, and she's wondering if maybe one of our after partiers would be interested here. The story of these kittens is they're about 1 year old, spayed, vaccinated, chipped. They're sisters and tightly bonded, she said, so it's important that they stay together. The gray one is a little skittish, but very plush and pretty, and the striped one is super smart, interactive, and plays fetch like a dog. And she said that they are in San Jose, and that if anyone is interested, that they can make arrangements to go by. Just send me the email, kim@theafterparty.live, and I'll hook you up.
2, 3. Good kitty. Okay, one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kitty. Good job. Thank you.
That is so cool. That cat is so much like a dog. Very, very cute. So 2 cats. I don't think I have the picture, but the video is adorable. And if you are interested in this pair of bonded sister kitties, send me a picture, please. or no, don't send me a picture, send me an email and I'll hook you up with Heather. My message is kim@theafterparty.live. You can send me an email, kim@theafterparty.live. And if you're looking for a pair of bonded sister kitties, you want a cat that plays fetch and a little soft, squishy, lovable cat, then please send me a message. And hopefully we'll find these cats a forever home. Very cool. Oh, a lot of people in the chat say they had cats that played catch. It is the cutest. Kim, I think you might need a cat or two. Look at that. I do want to show you Phineas's dog, Mango. And I don't know if this is the latest picture, but it's the one that I found in my email most readily. And so let me show you Mango. Look at that dog. So pretty. I love that Mango has kind of darker spots on the body, and then they kind of fade on the way up to the face. Absolutely beautiful dog. So pretty. That's Mango. And Mango comes into a house of a lot of love. So I got a message from Yvonne as well, who said that there was some talk in the chat yesterday about animal sanctuaries. And she shared that her cousin, who is a musician, performed for a tiger at Shambhala in Southern California, which is the sanctuary associated with Tippi Hedren, who starred in The Birds. And I don't know if I can play it without getting dinged, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to go for gold and move past it. So let's get it, because I want to play this from Yvonne. And this is a clip of her relative playing for the tiger.
Oh, come on, Sabu. Wakes me up each morning by sitting on my bed. Oh, he doesn't like the song.
Wow.
Hi. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Sabrina.
And so there it is. That's pretty cool. I love that. What a fun thing to go do to help the animals in that way. Very nice. And I think I might have another one. I don't know if this is from Ivy Kaminsky, who sends me this video of her cat, Ravi Shankar guitar player. Oh, it looks like a picture. How cute is that little one? Thanks, Ivy, for sending the picture of your cat in. And I think you might have, there's your cat as well. Oh, what a cute cat. Look at that. Thanks, Ivy, for sending that shot in. Adorable, very cute. And I think I have one more. Please, I apologize for the way I'm showing this, but these came in at the last minute and I did not have them until just now. So here is a message from Tammy, who sent the picture of Kermit, the frog. Remember, she found the frog in her garden. And this week she's sending these toadies. She said she didn't name them, but they're smart to sit around her bug zapper and pick off the overflow. Look at these. Those are some smart toads. She's got this bug zapper in her yard, and look at the frogs just sitting there waiting for those bugs to come out. That's funny. Thanks, Tammy, for sending that picture. Nature right in the backyard, and you're helping everybody out. That's awesome. I thought there might be one more in here, and I don't want to leave anyone out. Oh, this is Phineas. Oh, who sends the latest picture of Mango the dog with a big yawn. Yeah, you can see the spots are faded on the face. So pretty, this Mango dog. Love it. And thanks, Phineas, for sending the shots. And that is our show and tell. And hopefully we can find a home for these two bonded sister cats that Heather has picked up and is giving some love to. All right, you know what it's time for? Yeah, you know, it's time. You've been waiting for it, and here it comes. Trivia Thursday, after party style. Whoop, whoop, here it comes. I have some good questions for you today. Okay, the first question. Ooh, let me go to the chat, get myself all set up. Are you guys ready? And thanks for sending all the pictures, you guys. I love this community and I love that we get to know each other in this way. And thank you for being so respectful to each other. I really adore you guys. Just amazing. Okay, trivia. Here we go. I know it's late, but we're going to do it anyway. The first question is, this household vacuum was originally developed by Black& Decker as a tool for sample collection on the moon. What is it? This household vacuum, originally developed by Black& Decker as a tool for sample collection on the moon. Hoover is the answer. No. Kirby, no. Shop vac, no. It is the Dustbuster. I think, who had it first? Dustbuster. Calvin had Dustbuster first, at least on my screen. Calvin, it is indeed the Dustbuster, and Heather has it. And so does Eileen. It is the Dustbuster. Rev had it, and so did Sandy, and Tammy, and Chris from Menlo, and Donna, and Ivy with a cute cat, and Vanessa has it as well. Well done. It is the Dustbuster. Yeah. Did you know that it was originally meant for sample collection on the moon? I didn't. Who invented the printing press? Who invented the printing press? I didn't know that either. It's one of those moments, BW, where I learned as well. Gutenberg is the correct answer to this question. Johannes Gutenberg, full name, is the inventor of the printing press. Uncle Jim, first to the punch with that one, as well as John Watson and Harry. And Karen had it, and so did Gordon, and John Slade, and Eileen, and Jim, and Tammy. And Jim, thanks for that story from yesterday. Very cool. And Donna has it, and so does Nola Fidian and John Slade. Steve Gutenberg. Wait a minute. Johannes. It's Johannes. Phineas says, Steve Gutenberg from Police Academy? You guys are funny. Okay, next one. What is the meaning of the little FN on your keyboard? What does it stand for? The one that's a lowercase FN. What does it mean? Do you know? You guys do know. Well, I mean, we're kind of Silicon Valley adjacent, right? Or some of you are in the heart of the Silicon Valley. Of course we know. Yeah, it is function, Uncle Jim says. That's correct. Heather says function. So does Donald. So does Finn. Can I shorten it to Finn? So does Gordon. And Cranky. And John Watson. And Vanessa and Null Ophidian. And John Slade. Calvin, function. Sandy, Tammy, Chris from Menlo, inlays. Yeah, I wouldn't have known. I might have guessed function, but I didn't know. Harry says function. Everybody says function. Good job. Okay, next question. What is the long-standing nickname for IBM? It's the nickname for IBM. They've been calling it this forever. It's called what? It must have a function. Yeah, Jim says it's big. Oh, it looks like, I'm sorry, Vanessa had it first. Big Blue is the correct answer. Big Blue to Vanessa. Jim, Big Blue, yes. Big Blue says John Watson and Chris from Menlo. And BW is in with Big Blue. So is Calvin and William Martinez. Big Blue, says Donna. That's correct. Nice. Next question. What does Yahoo stand for? I had no idea it stood for something. What does Yahoo stand for? Apparently, Yahoo's an acronym. Who knew? You know what Yahoo stands for? Did you knew it stood for something? I did not know it stood for something. You guys got it? Oh, you do have it, as a matter of fact. Okay, nice. Yahoo stands for yet another hierarchical officious oracle. That is correct. Yet another hierarchically officious oracle. Yep, first to the punch. Inlay is on that one. Well done, Inlays. Nicely done. I had no idea either. Yet another hierarchically officious oracle. You looked it up, BW Rock. That doesn't count. Oh, we learned together. Well done. Did you know? I mean, come on now. That's cool. I did not know that. I can just remember the Yahoo. I thought it was kind of a clever little fun name. Apparently, it stands for something. All right. Going back to the chat. Next question. What inspired the name for the iPod? Do you know what inspired the name for the iPod? The yodel. Was a yodel. You think music inspired the name? Yes, it was a sci-fi movie. BW might be. Oh, I was gonna say you might be closest, but then Donna comes rushing in with 2001, and she's correct. So the inspiration for the name iPod came from EvaPod or ePod from 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm gonna give it to Donna, who jumps in with 2001. And Invasion of the Nullifidian has it as well. I'll give it to Inlays too. Yeah, good job. All right. The next question. Who owns the patent to Google's original search algorithm? Who owns the patent to Google's original search algorithm? Do you know? This is what I would have said. Brennan Page. The guys from the garage, right? Or the apartment, wherever they were doing it. Bill Gates doesn't own it. NASA doesn't own it. Some guy doesn't own it. Google doesn't own it. You know who owns it? Stanford University owns it. That's right. Stanford University owns the patent to Google's original search algorithm. According to Instacart, I put this question in here because I can't wait to see your answers. According to Instacart, what is the most disliked food in America? According to Instacart, what is the most disliked food in America? That's a good answer. Liver is a good answer. Broccoli, also a good answer. Beets, says Karen. Cucumbers, I love cucumbers. Brussels sprouts, another good answer. Lima beans, liverwurst, vegetables of all kinds. Not pizza, says Inlays. Chicken taco, what? Asparagus, yams, all English food. I'm not seeing the right answer. Spinach is a strong contender. Haggis, okra, head cheese, cilantro, spam, candy corns. Oh, good answer. Fruit cake. The answer is anchovies. According to Instacart, the most disliked food in America is anchovies. Okay, the next question is a line from a movie. Which 1975 movie is this from? Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. What 1975 movie is that from? Holy Grail is right. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Heather was quick with it. Nice. Mama has it as well. So does John Watson and Inlays and Phineas and BW Rock. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you credit, but you said spam is the most unfavorite food. And Ivy has it as well. Ivy with the cute cat. So does Donna. Nice. All right. Next question. On average, which grows faster? Your fingernails or your toenails? I know, what a weird question, right? On average, which grows faster, your fingernails or your toenails? And who measures such things? Who sits around measuring the fingers and toenail growth? The answer is, yeah, I see it. Let's scroll back up. The answer is fingernails. Gordon was first with fingernails, I believe. Inlays has fingernails. Fingernails grow faster than your toenails. John Watson says it's fingernails. Yep. So does JT and Mama and Sandy and Eileen and John and Liz. Tammy has fingers. So does Rich. Oops. Heather and Rich and Donna and Ivy and Man from the West 420. Nice. Yeah, weird scientists sit around and study these things. We don't know why. How many noses does a slug have? How many noses does a slug have? Kim says 3. Gordon says 2. 8, says BW Rock. That's a big sniffer. Who knows? John Slade is right. It's 4. A slug has 4 noses. How weird is that? A slug has 4 noses. Rev P also says 4. Yeah. Well done. Next question. Lightning McQueen and Sally Carrera are characters from what movie? Lightning McQueen and Sally Carrera are characters from what movie? What do you think? Kim knew it right away. Cars is the right answer. Cranky Charcoal has it. Hey, Cranky. Vanessa has it too. Phineas says Cars. Heather says Cars. Yeah. Rev P says Cars. Maud, thank you for the $25 contribution to the show. Happiest weekend, Lovey. Happiest weekend to you. Thank you. You know what I love? How the hibiscus almost looks like a flower crown on your head right there. That's pretty cute. Thank you, Maud, for the contribution and for your kindness. You're awesome. You deserve a flower crown. Mama says Cars. Mama is correct. Mama and Kidlets. Yes, the movie is Cars. Well done. Calvin, Cars. William, Cars. Gordon, JT, Rich, Ivy. You guys got it. Next question. You guys ready? 7 stars that form a large ladle or spoon-shaped pattern in the sky are known as what? 7 stars that form a ladle or spoon-shaped pattern in the sky are known as what? Hmm. Kim says it's the Big Dipper. Kim is correct. And so is Phineas. I'll take Uncle Jim's as well. Sandy says Big Dipper. Gordon says Dipper. Karen says Big Dipper. So does JT and Heather and Vanessa and Jim and John and Eileen and Nullifidian and Jim S. and Mama. There you go. Way to go. You are correct. Yeah. I threw some kid trivia in inlays. We have a couple of kids playing as well. Just a couple. I go from hard to easy and back again. What bear can only be found in cold Arctic regions of the world? What bear can only be found in the cold Arctic regions of the world? This one is for Mama's son. Who gets it? Yes, it is. Kim says it's a polar bear. That is correct. Uncle Jim says it. Heather says it's a polar bear. So does Eileen and Nullifidian and JT and Paddington Bear. Could be correct. And I love that you gave that answer from London. John has it. Polar bear. Vanessa and William and Karen and BW and Gordon. And yay, Mama Más o Menos gets the polar bear. Wonderful. Yay. Okay, next question. Which popular condiment was once sold as a medicinal cure for diarrhea? Who knew? Which popular condiment was once sold as a medicinal cure for diarrhea? Anybody? What do you think? Kim says mustard. It is not that. It is not X-Lax. A lot of mustards in the crowd. Mustard was not a diarrheal cure. But Mama gets it. It's ketchup. Yay. Ketchup was originally sold as a medicinal cure, or was once sold, not originally, but was once sold as a medicinal cure for diarrhea. Yeah, Mama says ketchup. Ketchup is correct. I'm kind of scrolling down. Yeah, Ivy has ketchup too. Nice. All right. Last question. Name either of the 2 US states that make it illegal to get married on a dare. I dare you to marry me. Name either of the 2 US states that make it illegal to get married on a dare. That's funny. It is not Nevada, nor is it Kentucky. It is not Montana, nor is it Virginia, not Arkansas, not New York or California. You can get married on a dare here in California, no problem. Which 2 states make it illegal to get married on a dare? Sounds crazy, so it must be Florida. I would agree with you normally, John Slade. Interestingly, it's not. Kim, did you Google it? It's Colorado and Delaware. That is correct. If you said Colorado or Delaware, you got it right. Kim says that. Ivy says Colorado. Yes. Delaware says inlays. That is correct. I said name one, so I'll take it. Inlay says Colorado. My son says Colorado. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, of course I did. At least you can admit that you Googled it, right, Kim? Like it. Yeah. Does this happen enough that you need a law for it? Apparently. I mean, people get married for some crazy reasons. I don't know. Inlay says, I cheated. My kid knew it. It's okay. It is weird. Can you imagine getting married on a dare? Hey, I'm from Colorado. Flip a coin. All right. Well, there you go. Trivia Thursday. Some funky questions, some cool questions, some kid questions. Had a little bit of everything in there today. Thank you for the amazing pictures and videos that you guys sent today. And again, if you're looking for a pair of bonded sister kitties that are super fun and cute, please message me, Kim at theafterparty.live, and I'll put you in touch with Heather. And hopefully you guys can get together and check out those kitties and get to know them and see if maybe they'll be a fit for you. Cranky Charcoal throwing in some cash for the After Party Live. 1999 sterling pounds. Is that correct? Yeah. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I'll take those sterling pounds. I'll convert them into dollars and I'll use them to further the After Party Live. Cheers, Kim. Best wishes from over here. Stay strong. This show is an effort to stay strong and keep ourselves mentally motivated. I know we all have different political perspectives, but we also all need a mental break from it all from time to time. So that's the whole point. And Cranky Charcoal, thank you. I love having you pop in from across the pond. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the contribution. Thank you also to Maud for the kind words and the contribution to the show today. You guys are awesome. Everybody that signs up to contribute via PayPal, a lot of people do it, just you can set it up to go monthly. So appreciated. Thank you so much for that. I would like to thank Meredith D for her recurring monthly payment. Also, Jim S, who contributed, and Wes contributed this week as well, $5. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for that. And tomorrow we have so much going on. Oh, before I get to tomorrow, I should tell you tonight is a live broadcast here on YouTube. It is the Nikki Maduro Show. I hope you will join us, 5 p.m. The Nikki Maduro Show. There it is, 5 p.m. today. Cocktails, mocktails, politics. And we've recorded some shows as well. Nikki is going on a cross-country tour. So this will be the last show for a while. And then we have fresh content coming out for most of July that I hope you guys will enjoy. We have one episode where we have our daughters with us. And it's kind of funny. They're a lot different than they used to be when we would bring them to work and have them on the radio with us at KGO. So tonight, a live show, the Nikki Maduro Show, 5 p.m. Pacific time here on the YouTube. So I hope that you will join Nikki and I for that. And then tomorrow, of course, on the Mark Thompson Show at 11 a.m., Friday Fabulous Florida, Michael Shore, Jim Avila, the Culture Blaster, Michael Snyder. And then we get to the After Party Live, where we send you off to the weekend with movie reviews with Tim Sika. So it's going to be a good one. Until we meet again, I do hope that you have the very best day. Again, my huge thanks for the contributions and for all your participation with the pictures that you sent and videos that you sent, and also your fun trivia answers. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you in just a couple hours right back here on the YouTube. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
Oh, you say quid. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for the quid, Craig. I will do that, Mo. I will show you some tomorrow. So far, I got a picture of tulips at the airport in Amsterdam, a picture of the Burger King at the Amsterdam airport, and a bunch of pictures featuring other kids. So I'll have to ask her for some other stuff.